On this week's The Masked Singer, we had a character with not one, not two, but three heads. A supermodel was revealed, and our Masked Singer detective Kyle reclaims his throne. Will he get this next guest right? Let's go! Hi, I'm Mel.
And I'm Kyle.
And welcome to the Talent Recap Show. All right, you guys, it was another great week on The Masked Singer. We are done with Group A and we are now on to Group B. Kyle, this was a very interesting group.
Yeah, it was. I think we saw a lot of older contestants this week, from the voices and everything that we saw, but still some strong contenders. I'm thinking about who's going to go up against Firefly already, and I think we saw some strong performances, specifically from the Ringmaster. I thought she was awesome.
Yes, okay, so let's get into this whole episode, you guys. So we got some new characters. We were introduced to the Hydra, Ringmaster, Armadillo, Miss Teddy, and then of course Lemur, who was actually revealed at the end of the episode, and it was none other than actress, model, Christy Brinkley, which I love her. She's an icon.
Yeah, it was so fun to see her on the show, and definitely out of her element singing on stage, so that's always fun with the celebrities.
Kyle, I think it's time for our favorite segment where you, the Masked Singer detective, is going to expose someone that is on the show. Now, Kyle, last week was a little bit rough, okay? You got your first incorrect guess in like 7 seasons. You've had a great streak. And you know what? I want you to come back, be back in your bag, and you're gonna get this next person right?
Yes, we're turning it around right now.
Kyle, who are you going to expose in this week's episode?
So this week we are going to expose the Armadillo.
The Armadillo, okay, that is a good one. That is someone, I have no clue who's underneath there. You guys let us know in the comments if you're excited to find out who the Armadillo is. Kyle, let's get into it. Who's the Armadillo?
Yeah, let's start by debunking some of the most popular theories that we're seeing online. So the first one is a lot of people are thinking that Armadillo could be Vin Diesel, but yeah, I agree with that laughter. The first point that I have on here is he's in production for the next Thor and like the next Avatar movies. So I'm like, what are the chances he can take a break from that to do The Masked Singer? Pretty low.
He's booked and busy.
It doesn't sound like his voice. I remember there was like this viral clip that went around a few years ago of him singing Stay by Rihanna. And he just has a very like deep and straight tone voice, and that did not sound like the Armadillo. So based on those clues, we have to say that that theory is debunked. The second one that we're debunking is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He comes up every single season as a prediction for someone. And this year I'm seeing a lot of them around Armadillo. I can hear some similarities in the voice, maybe. Still don't think it's his voice. The beefcake clue definitely makes sense for The Rock. But one of the biggest things that pointed me away from him is that this person is shorter than Nick Cannon. And so The Rock is just too tall to be the Armadillo. So based on that, we have to say that that theory is also debunked.
That is a very good point, because when it comes to the height differences and stuff, it really makes or breaks who's underneath the mask. So that's a great observation, Kyle. So we know who the Armadillo isn't. Now we want to know who is the Armadillo.
All right, let's get into it. So the Armadillo is, we saw one of the clues was sunglasses, and this is someone who always wears sunglasses. He also talks about being born in the mountains, and this is someone who was born in Denver, Colorado. Very mountainous area. He also talked about wiping out scum at one point in the clue package, and that's literally this person's job. And so with all of that, we have to say that the Armadillo is...
Drum roll.
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Wait, okay, now it makes sense to say the literal scum part, because I was so confused there. But oh my God, Kyle, that makes so much sense. I'll let you run us the rest of the clues.
Yeah, I think that voice definitely gave Dog the Bounty Hunter. Also, those kicks that he was doing, he's practiced that for a long time, chasing down criminals, so that totally makes sense as well. Now let's go into some more of the clues that we saw in the clue package that point to Dog the Bounty Hunter. First of all, we saw hot dogs on the grill, which is obviously an ode to his name, Dog the Bounty Hunter. At the beginning of the clues, we saw him put his boots on like some rocks, and Dog the Bounty Hunter wears boots all the time. Like, that is one of his token fashion choices. He also talks about snuggling up to his love. And fun fact, Dog the Bounty Hunter is actually married to his 6th wife currently. So definitely someone who likes snuggling up to his love. They just got married last year. And so then we also saw a bow and arrow, which I think is another nod to his name, because that's like a hunter. So Dog the Bounty Hunter. And then he also talks about being, like, after a long day, being stuck, dented, or straight up bruised, which, again, his whole career is based around chasing criminals. And so that would definitely make sense that at the end of the day, he's a little beat up. And then in the same time that he mentioned being born in the mountains, he also said he was raised in a cave. And Dog the Bounty Hunter joined the Devil's Disciples, which is like an outlaw motorcycle group, at the age of 15 and ran away from home. He ended up in prison for a little bit, so I think that is probably what he was alluding to with the raised in a cave part of that. But all of that, combined with the voice and with his stage presence and everything, points right to Dog the Bounty Hunter being the armadillo.
Kyle, I'm not even gonna lie to you. That was a lot to unpack. I'm really still stuck on him having 6 wives and me still not finding the love of my life. That is one thing. But then the whole 666 concept, that's actually very interesting. You know what? Let us know in the comments, you guys, if you agree with Kyle that it is Dog the Bounty Hunter underneath the inside of the mask, I should say. If you disagree with him, let us know in the comments as well who you think it is and why. I think it's time for us to get into our comment of the week. So every week we choose one of your comments from a previous video and shout you out, love and or hate, because we love you guys. And this week's comment comes from Jonathan Bateman, who says, I think that this new format has made it more difficult even for Kyle. Perhaps this is to let detectives like Kyle to give not only a few clues, but little screen time for the celebrities so they don't accidentally spoil their reveals. And then in parentheses, perhaps. Jonathan, thank you so much for your comment. I really like what you said because it is so clear that they're trying to make it harder this season. The clues are very limited and I just feel like we don't know enough about the characters like we usually do. Kyle, I'll let you take over since you are the Masked Singer detective.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we even talked about this last week with Jorge Garcia reveal for Cyclops. It's just like, even looking back on it, the clues fit better to another person. You know, I feel like in past seasons, it's like once it clicks into place and you have the right person, you can match up all the clues to line to that person. Not the case this season. It's not always that the most clues or the best clues line up to one person. You really have to interpret a little bit more, have to look into, you know, who would be on this show and kind of, you know, who has been on similar shows, I feel like is part of this as well. And you have to use that as part of your guessing game too.
All I know is it's just another day that I'm happy I'm not the Masked Singer detective here. But what I will say though, Kyle, it is getting harder, but I trust in you. You got this. And yeah, you're gonna get all these reveals right. I already see it.
Yeah, I believe.
All right, you guys, so if you want to be featured in next week's video, make sure you drop a comment below and we might choose you to be featured. Kyle, let everybody know where they can find you on social.
Yeah, it's Came On Pleasure on Instagram and Twitter.
And then you could find me at _MELBAE, but make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, every social platform you could think of. It's at Talent Recap. Like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. But I think it's time for us to say, and that's our Talent Recap.
Hey, what are you doing tonight? Well, I think you should hit the subscribe button down below and then we can talk.